up, YouTube? I hope all is well with you because everything is fabulous with me. Now, before I get into this recap, Jackson, sis, come on, let's talk. While I was happy to see you happy to not be eliminated from the competition last night, I was a little disappointed in your big person high kick. It's more like a big girl low kick. Wow! As a girl who takes pride in her high kicks, I needed to show you the proper way to do a big girl high kick. You're welcome. What have you done today to make you feel proud? We start the episode off first by each of the trainers introducing their own personal gym, if you will, that each of the teams are going to work out in. I gotta say, Dove, he was trying it. He was doing stuff on purpose. Dove, with his sexy self, called his gym the Dove Dungeon. Homeboy knew exactly what he was doing. And then he was talking about roleplay. Are you serious? How are you going to talk about dungeons and roleplays when you know good and darn well that every single woman that are middle-aged has read 50 Shades of Grey and they're lusting for your chocolate behind? You just made my mind go into all sorts of dirty places. And you liked it. I know you did. That's ridiculous. I still love you though. But they had their workouts and of course everyone is struggling, especially Jillian's team. You can tell there was a lot of resistance with Jillian's team because, and I think they had a little bit of animosity towards Jillian because not only did they feel like they were talked down upon, they had lost a weigh-in as well, which was making them basically Debbie Downers and giving up and stuff. So, of course, Jillian takes them to the side and she has a little pep talk with them and then is like, look, what do you need me to do? And then they told her what they needed her to do, which was basically, hey, cool it. You're really, really mean. And then she was very mature because she said, okay, I'm going to cool it. But I'm going to need you guys to do what I ask you to do. And they were like, okay. And I like the fact that they were given choices. This is something that we stress a lot in elementary school. And it's funny to see in this type of setting with adults. But I guess it works in every facet of life. Who knew? Challenge. Okay, so it was this professional football player, Antonio, I can't remember his last name because I don't follow football ever, so I don't know who he is. I'm sorry, but he was really cute. That's all I got, I'm sorry. Anyway, the kids were back for the challenge, which I wonder if they ever actually leave the ranch and go back to their homes because, I mean, it seems like they're always there. Not that I mind, I like them being there. It's just, I don't think they actually go back home to their regular life. I don't see it happening. But I digress. So the team challenge was basically divided into 4 quarters. And the team members had to master all 4 quarters. And whoever gets them done in the fastest time won the challenge. And it was like agility, speed, and grace. I don't know. So the team that won the challenge won for their child a $5,000 grant for their school, an opportunity for an NFL player to come to their school to talk about moving it and basically, I guess, leading active lives, which I think is a really, really cool prize for that school. And it's going to make the person who won that challenge super duper awesome. And so ultimately, the white team wins the challenge. And Sunny, the 16-year-old high schooler, she wins the prize of the $5,000 grant and the NBA player to come to her school, which I think is very cool. One thing they did in the program is they had all the contestants go to Dr. H to find out their health status. And usually I fast forward this part, but this time I actually watched it to its extent, and it scared the crap out of me because basically everyone was dying. That was the diagnosis of everybody. Everyone's dying and not breathing in their sleep. and high on diabetes, sugar highs. So it just let me know that they need to get it together, and I need to get it together too. They had the children do a Biggest Loser fitness challenge. And let me tell you, I decided to kind of pseudo do the challenge along with the kids. I did the sit-ups for a minute, and I finished my sit-ups, and I did 20 sit-ups in a minute, and I was very proud with that. However, I find out that the national average is 46 sit-ups in a minute, which put me to shame. I was like, my God, I am so unfit. And on top of that, then they had, what else did I do that I could have done? Well, I did a plank during commercial breaks. Like I would do planks and sit-ups and push-ups, and I would also do jumping jacks. And I realized that I could not do a 20-second plank. I can only do it for 11 to 15 seconds, which is sad, ridiculous. And I'm hoping by doing little tiny workouts during the commercial breaks that I can slowly improve on my fitness. Of course, I'm going to be doing other things, but while I'm watching TV, I've decided the best way to work it out is to be active. So that's what I'm going to do. Up next was the Last Chance workout. Now, this Last Chance workout was an interesting one for me. First off, we had Jillian team up with Bob, which I thought was a brilliant idea for many reasons. One, you could tell that Jillian's team had lost faith in her because, first off, they lost the first weigh-in. Another team member quit, and so they were down to 3 people. And according to them, she was super mean. She was way too mean. And I feel because the other teams were winning and they were losing, they were thinking they were on the wrong team, and they didn't respect Jillian, and they wanted to switch teams. So Jillian teamed up with Bob, and Bob was basically reinforcing the same things that Jillian was trying to instill in them. And on top of that, he kept on saying, Jillian's right when she's telling you to do this. Jillian's right when she's telling you to do that. Which, big ups to Bob for doing that. It reminded me so much of what we do on an elementary school level. Because a lot of times we have a lot of kids who will come up to you and say, Miss Ketchy, I want to switch teachers. I don't want to be with my teacher anymore. And there are some people that fall into the trap of saying, oh, well, that teacher may be bad and da-da-da-da-da. But the number one rule in the education system, this is the number one rule if you want to survive in elementary school or any school for that matter, is all your teachers need to have a united front. Even if you can't stand that teacher, it doesn't matter. You back them up so long as they're doing what they need to do with their kids. Because the second that you break the bond and the kids feel that another person feels that what their teacher's telling them to do is wrong, it is over for all you guys, because you're going to lose all types of respect. And so I'm always backing up my teachers all the time, all day, and because we don't need any overthrowing. Oh no, not here. And I'm glad that Bob did it on The Biggest Loser, so that the contestants, instead of saying, oh, I wish I was on another team, they'll realize what they had with Jillian is actually a good thing, and it could work, and they needed to respect her because she does know what she's doing. But during that Last Chance workout came a little bit of a revelation that made me so sad. Is when Nathan was on the treadmill, and he's been a beast all week. He's been doing what he needs to do, and Jillian is giving him his propers, and then all of a sudden he falls down and he's breathing hard, and it's like he's dying. He's like, ugh. And then Jillian, she just comes over with her little body and her little hands, and she just cups his face like this, just like this. And he looks at her with these puppy dog eyes, and it's just so sad. Almost made me cry, like I had a little tiny tear right here. Right there. But that was a very special moment, in my opinion. And then it came to weigh-in time. Weigh-in time was a drama this week. This is a hot mess. Okay, so first, we had the blue team weigh in. And everyone did a pretty good job, except for Jeff. Jeff lost no weight. And he was the biggest loser last week. So to lose no weight this week, in my opinion, it's not a shock. My guess is that he drank a lot of water. Because drinking a lot of water can affect your weight drastically. You don't believe me? Try it. Like, go weigh yourself, go drink a bottle of water, go back. See how much a difference it makes. It makes a big old difference. So he's scared because since he has the lowest percentage of weight loss, or no weight loss if you will, on his team, if his team is the lowest team, he would automatically be eliminated. So then the red team goes, Dolve's team kills it, and they are not going to be eliminated. And then finally it's Jillian's team, and they have to weigh in. First, the two girls weigh in, and they kill it. They do what they need to do. Then finally, it's Nathan. Mind you, Nathan's been doing everything that he needs to do in the gym, and so you would automatically assume that he's going to do what he needs to do in order to lose the weight. Unfortunately, he loses, I can't remember how much weight he lost, but all I know is it wasn't enough. He didn't lose enough weight. Even though he lost a little weight, he had to go home because his team had the lowest percentage of weight loss. Which sucks because Jeff lost no weight and he still was safe because his team had a higher percentage of weight loss than the white team. And I am so sad that Nathan went home so early because I thought he was very cute to look at. But the good news is he went home, he lost a whole bunch of weight, and then he proposed to his girlfriend, which was very beautiful indeed. And now he wants to work hard to lose the weight so he can win the at-home prize of $150 so that he can pay for his wedding, which is adorable. I love it. So that was it for this episode of The Biggest Loser. Now that the weigh-in is over for the show, The Biggest Loser, now it's my turn to weigh in on The Biggest Loser. What? Catchy. Last week, you weighed 375 pounds. This week, your weight is... So, I had a loss of 6 pounds, which is, it's a good amount. It's not Biggest Loser big, but it's still a loss, and I've decided that I'm going to celebrate if it's a loss. And that's my goal, just to lose every single week and not gain. So that's my goal. Yes. So that is it for this week. I hope you guys are doing everything that you need to do in order to have a successful and happy, healthy lifestyle. And I will talk to you next week at next week's Biggest Loser, which looks like it's going to be a doozy. Yes, I'm excited to see it, and I hope you guys will be watching with me. Talk to you later. Bye.